to the graphic nature of this program, listener discretion is advised.
How do you butcher an all-time video game classic? The answer is the Game Boy Advance remake of the original Sonic the Hedgehog, titled Sonic the Hedgehog Genesis. This game takes everything we loved about the original Sega Genesis classic, kills it, rapes it, castrates it, all to the point where it just isn't fun like the original. Now I know this isn't the only bad port of Sonic 1, but do you want to know why this version irritates me the most? First off, this version was meant to commemorate Sonic's 15th anniversary, which means it was supposed to be something special for all the fans who played Sonic since 1991. Second, with all the awesome 16-bit ports and remakes on the Game Boy Advance, like Super Mario World, Donkey Kong Country, Street Fighter II, and many others, how could they fuck this shit up so badly? Not only that, we've already seen the Sonic Advance Trilogy, which was overall really good. This could have and should have been an awesome port. This was a no-brainer, yet they somehow dropped the ball. And in turn, they scammed so many loyal Sonic fans that wanted to play this game. I paid $20 when this game came out, and judging by both the front and back cover of the game and the fact that I wasn't disappointed with a single SNES or Genesis port on the GBA until this point, I thought this was going to be great. But then after playing it, I felt like I got the biggest bitch slap known to mankind. Where did Sega go wrong? Find out on today's episode of Awful Games. Sega! As you can tell by the title screen, it shows a lot of promise. It looks just like the original Sega Genesis intro. Although the theme song is very lackluster, but I'll talk more on that later on. But it's a damn shame that so many people were fooled once they experienced the actual outcome. Now, this game can be played in two different ways: original mode and anniversary mode. The only difference is that in anniversary mode, you get to use the spin dash. That's it. There's no other differences. And that is lame. But if you think that's my only complaint about the game, then you've got another thing coming. There's something worse. Much worse. And as you can see, the graphics look really good. They're on par with the original Sega Genesis version, although there are a few errors, but that's nothing to complain about. But here's something you'll notice. There's a significant amount of lag. The original Sonic 1 never had lag. The only time Sonic slowed down was when he was underwater, which made perfect sense because of the laws of physics. And even if he was underwater, it wasn't painfully slow like in the GBA port. The lag isn't that noticeable in Green Hill Zone, but once you get to later stages like Spring Yard Zone, Labyrinth Zone, Starlight Zone, and Scrap Brain Zone, it becomes hell. The best example would be the spinning platforms in Scrap Brain Zone. Holy shit, is it slow there! My god. One of the things that made Sonic great was how fast he was, as well as the platforming, of course. The lag alone kills everything that made this game great. Everything! I guess that's why the level's title card moves really slow and says Green Hill Zone Act 1 instead of Green Hill Zone Act 1! Another thing that made Sonic 1 great was the sense of momentum in physics. In this version, however, the momentum and physics are completely broken. And you know what's the best part about all this? When you pick up the speed up sneakers, he doesn't go any faster. He runs at the exact same speed. What a joke! Speaking of running, when you let go of the D-pad after running, he takes forever to stop. This is something that never happened in the original. Another issue with the game's physics. Every video game ever created has glitches, even the original Sonic. But the amount of glitches in this shitty ass port is fucking ridiculous, and these glitches turn out to be some of the most annoying in any game. You fall through walls, you fall through platforms, you fall through random places, enemies and traps sometimes do awkward things, the R switch in the special stages doesn't work properly. The amount of glitches this game has is astonishing. Jesus fucking Christ almighty! But do you want to know a funny glitch I discovered? When I was recording footage of this game, I was playing through one of the special stages, and when I was so close to collecting the Chaos Emerald, I literally fell through the wall, kept falling, and the game just froze. I didn't capture the whole thing, but here's a clip of it. I swear to God, I did not do anything. All I did was play normally, and that's it. Guys, I don't know what to say. They really bastardized this game big time. Another thing I hate about this game is the fact that the resolution was cropped instead of shrunken to a smaller size. This can be frustrating to avoid enemies that attack you from above. Fortunately for me, I knew the original game very well, so it wasn't much of a problem for me. And if you think that's enough torture, the god-awful music is the icing on the cake. Now, I wasn't expecting it to sound exactly like the original Sega Genesis soundtrack, but they could at least try. I've heard meaty versions of the soundtrack that sound way better than this. Look what they did to Spring Yard Zone! And there's plenty more where that came from. But at least they got Starlight Zone's music right. The sound effects are shit as well. In fact, most of the time, they recycle the same sound effects over and over again. For example, when you destroy enemies and bricks. But there is one sound effect that cracks me up. And that is when you pick up an air bubble.
That is fucking hilarious, man. The worst sound is so bad, it's funny. Oh shit. Oh my god. I just love it.
All in all, this is an absolute disgrace to the entire Sonic franchise. Sega did the exact same thing Atari did with the 2600 version of Pac-Man. But at least this time around, there wasn't a video game crash. It could have happened though. My rating for this game is a dirty, filthy, disgusting, stinky, steaming pile of bullshit! There are much better ways to play Sonic 1 on the go. Sonic Classic Collection for the Nintendo DS, Sega Genesis Collection for the PSP, and as a downloadable game for your iPhone, iPod Touch, and various Android devices. I don't recommend using the Sega Nomad because of the shitty battery life, and the Game Gear version of Sonic 1 is completely different. Still, I'm very disappointed because they could have easily capitalized on all the 16-bit ports and remakes on the GBA. Plus, we already had the Sonic Advance trilogy, so there's no excuse as to why they fucked this up so badly. Before I end this review, I figured I'd switch to my camera for a little bit. Instead of, destroying the game with a cheap-ass program from 1998, I am literally and for reals actually going to destroy it. But before I do so, I've got something else to take care of. Come Judgment Day, there will be vengeance.
For the last time, Maricon, give me my money!
Fuck you!
Fuck you! And give me the money you owe me!